What is up, guys? Right now, the entire MMA world is asking the same question. What is happening with Khamzat Chimaev? Fans recently spotted him training completely alone at night, something we've honestly never seen before. Plus, we dive into Sean Strickland's latest controversy, Ilia Topuria's massive goals, and the wild $200 million offer Jake Paul just threw at Canelo Alvarez. Michael Morales shocking fans with his size, wild sparring between Josh Hokit and his brother, plus huge updates involving Francis Ngannou, Arman Tsarukyan, and much more.
You want to the White House?
I want to be at the White House.
Hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get started. Since losing his belt to Sean Strickland, Khamzat Chimaev has mostly gone dark. Aside from a short video defending his post-fight sportsmanship, Borz has stayed out of the spotlight. But recently, fans have spotted him training in a way that we have never seen before, running alone through the night. Usually, Khamzat is surrounded by a massive army of coaches and teammates, but according to those close to him, nothing has changed behind the scenes. His people are still there. Right now, Khamzat probably just needs some space to think and recover mentally. And let's be real, this kid has had a lot on his shoulders. He went from a fast-rising prospect to a global superstar with money, fame, and plans to take over 3 divisions. Then, Sean Strickland, the very guy that Khamzat, according to his own words, used to choke out and bully however he wanted during training, stepped into the cage. And as it later turned out, Strickland was fighting with a torn shoulder, yet he still pulled off the upset of the year.
He was doing this at the beginning of the fight. Before the fight started, he was doing this with his arm. So he's warming up, he's doing this, but he kept doing this with his right arm. I'm like, ooh, that's what I do if my shoulder's hurt. Boom. To see how hurt it is.
Yep.
How does it feel?
Feel the range.
Yeah, how does it feel? And he was only going to here. He kept doing, but deadpan killer look on his face.
That motherfucker still won.
Yeah,
and
still won.
Here's my thing about it.
Still fought. When a lot of guys would have pulled out.
Couldn't
a lot of
agree more.
guys would have said,
I can't see. This is bullshit.
Now the big question is, what comes next? A rematch with Strickland seems unlikely anytime soon because Sean is seriously injured. So does Chimaev move up to light heavyweight for a fight with Jiří Procházka? Or finally settle the rivalry with Paulo Costa? This matchup has been sitting on the table since October 2023. That is when Costa was pulled from the card due to a staph infection and hand surgery. The fight never happened, but Paulo never stopped talking about it. He has brought it up multiple times since then, and for good reason. This is a fight that makes sense for both men. Costa looks extremely comfortable right now at light heavyweight. At UFC 327, he knocked out previously undefeated Azamat Murzakanov. And physically, he's a nightmare matchup. Paulo enters the cage weighing over 100 kilograms, and unlike many big fighters, most of that weight is pure muscle. Taking him down and controlling him would not be easy, even for someone like Chimaev. The unfinished business, the personal back and forth, the beef that never got resolved. With the right build-up, this fight can be promoted just as big as Strickland versus Chimaev was. Maybe bigger. Khamzat needs a reset, Costa needs a signature win, and the fans need a reason to care again after the shock of UFC 328. Then there's Jiří Procházka, another fascinating option. The creative Czech samurai would create huge problems for Khamzat on the feet. Against Sean Strickland, Chimaev absorbed over 100 head strikes, and Strickland isn't known as a knockout artist. Procházka, on the other hand, can put anyone to sleep with one shot. And people forget, Jiří is also underrated defensive grappling. He survived the ground game of Glover Teixeira and avoided getting submitted. But let's be honest, guys, fans don't just want fights anymore. They want conflict. They want emotion. They want to see 2 fighters attack each other verbally long before they step into the cage. Whether people like it or not, trash talk and bad blood have become a massive part of this game. And Chimaev already has real tension with Paulo Costa. If necessary, the UFC could build and promote that fight almost as big as Strickland versus Chimaev.
It all came down to that second round, bro. That second round, I think a minute and a half into the fight, it was probably like maybe 3:45. Sean Strickland catches Khamzat Chimaev with that beautiful right hand, bro. He went jab, boom. boom, got him with the right. And if you notice, bro, the commentators didn't catch that. I think these commentators could do a better job of really describing when somebody's actually hurt. He hurt him, dude. Khamzat Chimaev was on that stanky leg, bro, but he did a good job being composed and not showing it. But where he made the mistake, Kamaru, is when he went for a takedown. Once he got hurt, you start going for takedowns, bro, that's just not good. Like, you almost got to keep that poker face, stay on your feet, act busy, but you would almost have to recover, bro. And I don't think Khamzat Chimaev recovered that much.
Most likely it's a wake up, because here in the trainings he was like doing sparring 5 rounds non-stop, like beat everybody, wrestled 25 minutes, and I thought like after first round I thought he could do like 4 more rounds the same, and it's our fight. But like, it is what it is. But I still think it was a close fight, but like in the close fight, the champion gotta be a champion, you know, and the contender gotta take the belt when you win like a good, you know, not just like a tie fight and they give it to the contender.
Do you feel Khamzat won the fight?
I think so.
Yeah.
Fighters like Khamzat Chimaev, who was on camera criticizing, saying that you're essentially biting the hand that fed you.
We Ronda Rousey was on UFC. I hate people who is ungrateful. Yeah.
What is your response to those people?
I would want to make something abundantly clear, and that's that I owe Dana and the Fertittas immensely, and I would be caught dead before you ever heard me say a bad thing about any of them. But my loyalty is to them and not the company they sold. And I do not owe TKO's UFC a damn thing. And fucking Cleft Lip Lincoln is just hating because at his press conference for his fight, people are asking about me and my fight because no one gives a shit about his ineffectual WrestleFuck fest. And people are actually, they can't stop talking about this fight because it's so stacked, and they're actually excited to see me fight because unlike Kumquat, I have 100% finish rate.
Is that real?
Yes, real, yes.
I would have never expected that laugh. Oh, that's funny.
Francis Ngannou opened up about the real reason he decided to leave the UFC, and according to him, it had nothing to do with fear, titles, or competition. Francis explained that the UFC touched his ego in the wrong way, and that was the exact moment he knew he wanted out of his contract. He admitted that respect means everything in his mindset, and when he feels that somebody attacks his pride, he immediately loses interest in working with them.
Was it just money, or was it you felt disrespect, or what was it?
He wasn't money. I think the mistake that the UFC did, we get to the point that I feel he hits my ego. I feel like I wasn't respected.
Yeah.
And at that point, I think that was the moment that I'm like, okay, I think I'm getting out of this contract, like first. And then, the thing is like when, and this is something that he really worries me. That's something that I have that really worries me. When something touch my ego, I don't care about anything. And at a time, I'm like, okay, I don't care if this is gonna be the end of my career. If this means I'm going back to Africa to farm, at least I can buy some machine to farm. I'm gonna do something. I can do something else and still make it.
Joe Rogan gave major respect to Arman Tsarukyan after talking about his background and mentality as a fighter. According to Rogan, Arman completely destroys the old belief that rich kids can't become elite fighters because they never experience real struggle.
His dad's like a billionaire. He's got tons of money, but he's not savage, lazy at all.
No, he's
like he flies in the face of this like long-standing belief that we all had that if you come from a rich family, you can't be a great fighter.
Yeah, dude, he's Batman.
It doesn't matter if you come from the ghetto. He's gonna you up.
He does not give a
some dudes like I'm from the favelas,
cool.
I did like good luck.
Cool, man.
Good luck with that fucking Armenian psychopath.
Yeah, and he's pulling up in a Maybach, fucking eating caviar.
He pulls into LA. I watch his YouTube videos. Yeah. He shows him training and all the different stuff that he does. He when he lands in LA, he goes immediately to an exotic rental car place and rents a Lamborghini and drives it to the training lab. Like,
bro,
fucking
it's not the way it's supposed to work, but he pulls it off.
Bro, good luck with that guy. Good
Agree.
luck with that guy.
Go ahead and make fun of him for being
built
rich.
like a Greek god.
Yeah.
Can wrestle like a fucking elite top tier wrestler. And he can strike. And he can submit you.
Right now, many believe Arman Tsarukyan remains one of the most dangerous fighters in the lightweight division, and potentially the next opponent for Ilia Topuria if he defeats Justin Gaethje on June 14. Alright guys, quick shout out to Copper before we get into the latest MMA news. Copper is an app that lets you earn real money in your spare time, and right now you can get $10 just for downloading the app and starting your first game. So here's how it works. Download Copper, pick one of the games inside the app, and start playing. The first game unlocks the rest of Copper, and from there, you can keep earning through games, offers, and more. Once I start playing, the rewards begin adding up. After that, you can check out different offers for more ways to earn, and you can even scan receipts for extra rewards on the side. Now, what I like is that it's simple. Start your first game, unlock the app, earn your $10, and then keep earning whenever you've got free time. So hit the link in the description, download Copper, start your first game, and claim your $10.
Что такое Рус? Я думал, что он делает.
As for Topuria, he recently revealed that his dream final fight would take place inside the legendary Santiago Bernabeu Stadium in front of his home fan.
Call with the mariachis, everyone singing. Wow, that could be crazy.
And honestly, those comments surprised many. Some people are now asking, wait a second, does this mean Topuria already sees the end of his career coming? Isn't that a little too early for retirement conversations? But when that day comes, many fans believe there's only one perfect opponent for that moment. Islam Makhachev, a massive super fight, champion versus champion, legacy versus legacy. Now imagine that happening inside the Bernabeu Stadium. So what do you guys think? Leave your opinions down in the comments. Now, Jake Paul just shocked the boxing world again after claiming that a mega fight against Canelo Alvarez is officially happening and that he is offering the Mexican superstar $200 million. Jake called it the biggest fight possible in boxing.
This is me talking to Canelo.
Me and you have a lot of similarities.
How much money did he want? Canelo wanted $200 million.
One day we make a good fight. Until then, we can be friends.
Canelo, I have the $200 million for you. Easy money. Jake Paul versus Canelo. Let's get it done. This is what the fans have been waiting for. This is the biggest fight that can possibly be made in boxing. Canelo said he's down on the phone, so we're gonna make it happen. I have the $200 million, and I think that's gonna be the next fight. So sign the contract, Canelo. Much respect to you. Let's make the biggest fight in boxing happen.
But there's one major problem. Not long ago, Jake himself admitted that his fighting future was uncertain after reportedly suffering a broken jaw during the fight with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I'm getting some new scans here in a couple of days of the jaw to get an update on the healing process. We'll see what my doctors say. I think I'll be able to get a more accurate time frame, or can I even fight again? That is definitely in the realm and possibilities of things. It does feel a lot better as weeks go by and time goes by, but I definitely need to get cleared first to be able to spar. But I'm sort of staying in shape. Just I'm always in the gym pretty much regardless, so just staying in shape and enjoying some mitt work.
Fans are shocked after new training footage revealed just how huge Michael Morales really is ahead of his next fight. Morales recently posted on Instagram that he currently weighs around 220 pounds, which is absolutely massive for a future welterweight title contender. For comparison, according to coach Javier Mendez, Islam Makhachev usually walks around near 190 pounds outside of camp. That means Morales currently has nearly a 30-pound advantage in natural size. The internet instantly started debating what would happen if those two ever fought one day. Many fans believe Morales' physicality could become a huge problem for anybody at welterweight. Now people are starting to realize that this guy could become one of the most dangerous fighters in the division, even for the champion. Josh Hokit recently got into a wild 1.5-minute sparring exchange with his younger brother, and fans are absolutely loving it. In other words, Hokit is doing what he always does, bringing chaos and violence in his usual style.
Derrick Lewis recently posted a video showing the moment Dana White personally called him to ask if he wanted to fight Josh Hokit on the upcoming White House UFC card.
Brother, I'm actually sitting here with the president, and he literally, after Trump wants to fight, he looks at me and says, why is Derrick Lewis not on the White House card? I swear to God, I said you get it figured out. He wants you at the White House. I want to be at the White House. Appreciate it. All right. We'll get it done, my brother. All right, thank you. Oh my goodness. Well, when is the White House card?
The man with a plan will make it to the promised land, and the man with no plan will never understand.
Powerlifting sensation Larry Wheels, known for his insane 270-pound physique and superhuman strength, recently got a massive reality check. Like many big guys, Larry thought his size would be an I win button against smaller opponents. However, during a recent live stream, he stepped onto the mats with several lightweight MMA fighters and things didn't go as planned. Despite the massive weight gap, the lightweights absolutely toyed with him.
He can't move that.
You're not gonna win, Larry. Listen.
I'm here to prove a point.
I'm telling you, you're gonna top out. You're gonna see.
I can beat your ass easily.
Why do weight classes exist?
There's levels to this shit. Wait, get away from him. Oh shit, that's over.
10 seconds. Damn, like that.
God damn, Larry. Yep, it's over. It's over.
He was right. Lost on my aura. I'm done, dude.
What happened?
Fuck!
That was crazy.
I'm about to cry, T.
Dude, no, why? For what?
I'm about to cry. I'm a bitch.
Bro, it wasn't that bad.
I got bitched out, man.
Dude, did you see when the guy picked you up and like was twirling you around? Yeah, this big ass nigga right here.
Wow, look at this. What an interesting car. Nice shoes. Shoes car. Interesting. Wow. Only in Las Vegas. Beautiful.
And that is all for today, guys. If you liked the video, you know what to do. We would really appreciate it, and thank you in advance.